Hey YouTubers, Just One back again with another 1/6 figure. This is a unlicensed figure. It is another Jason Momoa figure. Cool. It's called the King of KHALASAR. It's based from the, I think, well, the guy is, the character is the chief or the warrior from Game of Thrones, which Jason Momoa was just starting. I think it was just starting out in Hollywood. So yeah, well, this is a pretty cool figure. Pretty cool figure. I've opened it up, checked it out, because I was so anxious to check out the body. The body was really getting me. It's from AD Toys anyway. I'm getting carried away. It's from AD Toys. The body itself, I am not too knowledgeable about. I've not seen this style of body. So here he is, just straight up looking at it. I actually have taken the head out of. Here. It was originally in here, and this foam was used to protect the figure from moving in shipping. Clever idea, very clever idea. So, took the head out of there and slotted this cut, which fits perfectly in here. And that was to protect the hair, because he's got quite a long tail in the back of him. I'm not going to muck around. I'm going to say he looks really cool. I actually have studied him and had a good look at the body. So I've shortcut it, and this is not an first unboxing. It's a second unboxing. But I couldn't help myself. I was very excited about looking at this figure. It's just got me so intrigued. Okay, I haven't seen any videos on YouTube with this figure, so yeah, I might be the first. There's other people that flood YouTube and their reviews, and now I get to have a first review. So let's go check this body out and get closer to my desk, and we can have a good look at it together. Right, I'm going to pull it out of the box. Like I said, I've already taken the head out and pulled it out of here and connected it onto the body, so you can just avoid mucking around with different pieces. Rightio, the first thing I would have to say I studied when I pulled it out, and that is this amazing body. I'm not familiar with it at all. I don't know if it's been used for other figures, but it's got that jelly rubber or silicone rubber that is quite pliable. I'm not too sure if you want to hold poses with this type of rubber body, but I would say it's a little bit better than your normal, say for instance Storm Toys. They didn't do a very good rubber body, which split, and I found that it was too plastic orientated and not enough silicone oily gel rubber in it. So the stickier it is somewhat, the better I feel when I get these sort of figures. So let's move on. Look, I thought the head sculpt was bloody good, you know, like really cool. Like, that's Jason Momoa right down to a T. The hairline tail, which is the plastic fur type hair, or whatever you want to call it, has been implanted into the base of the skull, which is a really good idea. It's been poked in there and glued, but who knows how they've done it. But the face is what got me. And then we move to the body. Wow, this tattooing, I don't know, if it smudges, that would be even better, because tattoo ink does smudge. It just over time it just blurs, and yeah, it goes terrible. So this is the sort of feel and look I get from this tattooing. And the muscular body, I just love it. I think it's very athletic, but with a little bit of muscle in it, but not too much muscle. So I just love the chest line. Where this actual mold has come from, I have no idea, but I'm fascinated with it. Right, it's got a somewhat clicking action, which you can go this far up, and it doesn't distort the shoulder, not too much, but even if it does, the tattooing disguises it somewhat. I don't want to go overstressing I don't pose figures that much. I do mostly museum, but a very heavy ratchet in the elbow, and that's about as far as I want to push it, but I think that's a brilliant angle. Forward, oh yeah, it's sort of sticking around that size. For the rubber it's getting a bit of a wrinkle in the shoulder, but look, I think it looks pretty good still. We do get a few wrinkles in our shoulders when we get older and we put our arms in the air. I'm just looking to see if like any of that dye comes off or smudges. There's nothing there yet, but if it does sweat under heat, I would definitely say it might release some sort of dye. The posing in the arm, it doesn't distort the arm. I'm not sure if I can twist. So there's a little bit of dye there, but that would probably be from the person that's applied the ink, but I'm cool with that. Right, the arm doesn't distort too much because it's not too much muscle there to distort, so I think that's pretty good. I'm liking that angle. I don't normally, there is a little bit of lift in the shoulder up and down, so look, it's holding the lift. This is a really good endoskeleton in there. It feels really, it's really clicking, and look at that, chin to neck, pull back. This is very, very good body. Excuse my excitement, but I'm very impressed with this body. It's got a heavy belt or leather belting around the waist. Let's see if we can do a crunch with that still in place. Look at that. There is a crunch even with the belt on, the leather waist strapping or guard. Right, so it's got a good crunch. It arches back really well. The body is completely rubber, so it's all the way. It's one big mold. So even with that, let's see if we can twist it. Look at the twist. Look at the twist. Wow, that's incredible. I'm so impressed. I'm gonna have to lift the pants down a bit. I just want to see. Right, it's just plastic. It's just plastic. Great design, actually, very good design. It just pops into the frame really easily. I'm so behind the times. This has probably been all over Facebook, this body shape, but I have no idea. Anyway, moving on. The loin leather animal style skinning looks really good. The way some of the fur is detached from the skin itself, but they've gone to the detail of putting little bits and pieces on there as well to add to the look. This is a really soft, very fine Soul Barbarian TB League. They had rabbit's fur, went all over the foam. It was everywhere. It was this sort of foam as well. It's covered in rabbit's fur. This one, well, there's no fur everywhere, so I think it's pretty cool. There's none at the back. We're going to the lower body now. These flaps with the weathered pants, sort of muddy, I suppose you'd say, or snowy, or who knows what sort of. You can add to that sort of weathering if you'd like, but I actually like it. I think the design's pretty cool. I'm going to give a look at both sides. There's two flaps on one side, and there's one single on the right hand side. So right, posability, I'm not sure. Look, there's restrictions on the pants. Let's do it sort of, yeah, the pants are sticking to, this is the problem with rubber bodies. It does limit you in posability, especially when you're talking about spreading the legs. With these slacks on, they're really tight around the legs, so I don't want to go either ripping the pants, or, you know, if you want to work it, you can go ahead and you have to scrunch it all the way up before you can pull the leg forward. I don't really want to go that far, so forgive me. I'll just do a bend. Yeah, it's sort of holding average. It's very average, probably not as good as the arms. It feels a little bit softer in the ratchet as well. But that one's holding a little bit better, so one leg's better than the other. You get that. Ad Toys, I think you've done really well with this figure. I'm very impressed with the design of it. I like the look. I like the look a lot. So moving on, the boots that well, did I? So I'm just going to quickly raise them. Look, I probably don't want to show you the boots. They look like normal cowboy boots to me. Or, you know, at the period, I'm not too sure if they sort of wore boots like. Maybe they did on the set. Who knows? But yeah, definitely cowboy boots. But cover it up, they don't look too bad. Articulation, yeah, there is quite a good ratchet articulation in the ankles, so from the top of the boot, you know, not down to the bottom. Well, the left leg not so much. So that's ironic, because the left knee was better than the right, and the left foot is not as good as the right. So yeah, anyway, that's there you go. That's about there's the foot side of things. Boot, hands, right hands. Half leather, gloved right hands with some binding around the knuckles. Left hands, no half glove, binding around the knuckles. Quite firmly fitted. I did have a little bit of an issue with TV leagues. Strapping around the hands, it was very loose. I've moved that figure on since then. So look, Ad Toys have gone the extra mile and made sure they're nice and firm and somewhat glued on. Let's go inside the box. The boxer side, you have your standard base with, you know, your typical plaque piece on the front. These are pretty standard, and I think they're probably one of the best designs, really, to tell you the truth. You can add things, decals, you can do anything with them, so they're, yeah, very cool, and they don't take up a lot of space. There's a lot of bases now that are getting a bit carried away, and they're taking up a lot of space in the display cabinet. If you want to put more together, you can't, because you don't have the space. So we'll just prop him up now. He's got a bit of a protection there. Would like to bring out my other Jason Momoa figure that I have, Aquaman or whatever it is. I don't think it's a licensed figure again. I'd like just to put it next to this and compare the sizes and stuff. Right, move that aside. So I'll do that in the very end of the video. What we have now in the second layer of foam, we have a nice buckled design. At the back of it, it's got some really cool daggers here. Very nice. Doesn't seem to have anywhere to stick the knives, so I'm going to have a quick look at that. I believe the spot you're putting the daggers in is here. Bang, like that. And bang, like that. Fit quite well in there. very comfortably, not too tight. So there's where your daggers go, and the good thing about them, they're metal. Yeah, I was so hoping they would be metal, you know, I always love getting metal stuff. So yeah, that's like so cool. This is also a very cool weapon, you know. This is metal also. Very, very good design. Now this one I believe is very similar to the Pharaoh ancient Egyptian sword. This was known as the Khopesh, an angled blade. It was sharp on both sides. So I think you just basically have to keep these in your hand. Can't you see any way of putting these in a sheath as such? I have no idea, but very sturdy, very solid piece of equipment right here. So again, Ad Toys, you know, I don't mind paying the correct dollars for unlicensed figures as long as the weapons are made out of metal. And that's just straight up. That's the only way I like to get them. I didn't get them with TB League's Soul Barbarian. That was a complete sin. But look, I got it with Ad Toys. So I'm no way having a go at TB League, but just stay away from the Barbarian stuff. Okay, there you go. Gonna put this in his hand. Change out the hand for the gripping hand. Hopefully I've got a gripping hand. This is the gripping hand he has already on him. You've got this plastic coated arm guards. Overall, he's just a cool figure. Cool. He poses pretty well. Like I'm just, you know, this is, you know, the weight of that blade, or that sword, is quite intimidating as far as to the joint supporting that. You know, like it's a really big, heavy weapon. So I think he holds it really well. I wouldn't like to leave it like that, but you know, I'm a bit of a museum poser and keep it all downwards, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so anyway, look, it looks pretty cool. It holds, I crunch the shoulder back a bit and the arm back a bit. Let's have a look at the back. Love that tail. Love the tattoos. I like the body. I just really like it's not too bulky, but it's very athletic with a little bit of extra muscle. So I'm giving this body a 10. Whether it holds together in 10 years time, well, my points might go down to 5. Who knows? But we don't know until we keep him for a long period of time, do we? And I had my fair share of bad ones. But to do with the conditions and how you look after them, and you know, it's got a lot to do with it. It all comes into that big factor of conditioning. Like it a lot. Very cool figure. Here's the daggers in his hand. He's in a twisted position, shoulders back. The arms do pose back quite well. If you look carefully, you can see some hairing on the body, some hairing around the shoulders, and you know, a bit of clever design as far as the painters are concerned. The head sculpt, the body shape, the fact that it twists really well, the skin. It poses outside the base pretty much as far as width or span in the legs. Overall, really happy with the figure in general. I would definitely, if you're a Momoa fan, I'll just get the other figure now to pose next to him. I would definitely get this. Here's my other figure. It's the tattooed, I can't remember who the company who made this was. Like heavy articulated, very cool, very unique art piece the way it is. I love the body, great design, and this goes for ad toys as well. Like, look, together they look pretty cool, very similar in height. This one's here is a little bit lower, his neckline is shorter, longer neckline, taller head. That's the end of my video. I hope you like my unboxing review. Test this one out. Catch ya.